Join me as I dive into the challenging journey of figuring out if I'm actually hurting myself by chasing after a narcissist. Narcissism is a subtle yet powerful force that can wreak havoc on our emotional well being, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. It's like being on a roller coaster of emotions, with moments of euphoria followed by crashing lows of despair. If you've ever found yourself drawn to someone who seems charming, charismatic, and confident, only to be left feeling drained, confused, and unsure of yourself, you may be dealing with a narcissist. When we're involved with a narcissist, it's easy to get caught up in their whirlwind of charm and charisma, only to realize later that we're stuck in a cycle of manipulation and emotional abuse. They have a way of making us feel seen and heard, but only on their terms, and only when it serves their own interests. We may find ourselves constantly trying to please them, seeking their approval and validation, while they continue to manipulate and control us. At the same time, we may feel an intense emotional connection with them, a sense of being deeply understood and recognized. This can be intoxicating, especially if we've been feeling unloved or undervalued in the past. But as the relationship wears on, we may start to notice a pattern of emotional unavailability, of being left feeling unheard and unseen, of being gaslighted and manipulated. We may begin to doubt our own perceptions, question our own sanity, and wonder if we're somehow to blame for the chaos that's unfolding. As we try to make sense of the emotional turmoil, we may start to feel like we're walking on eggshells, never quite sure when the other shoe will drop. We may become hypervigilant, constantly on the lookout for signs of their approval or disapproval, and adjusting our behavior accordingly. This can lead to a loss of autonomy, a loss of self, as we try to conform to their ever-changing expectations. The psychological effects of this dynamic can be devastating. We may start to experience anxiety, depression, and a deep-seated sense of self-doubt. We may wonder if we're good enough, smart enough, or lovable enough. We may begin to lose touch with our own needs, desires, and boundaries as we become increasingly enmeshed in the narcissist's web of control. But then something shifts. We may have a moment of clarity, a sudden realization that we're not the problem, that the narcissist is the one who's toxic. We may start to see the patterns of manipulation, the gaslighting, the emotional abuse. We may realize that we've been living in a state of emotional hypnosis and that it's time to wake up. For many of us, this moment of realization is a turning point. We may feel a sense of anger, of outrage, of finally seeing the truth. We may start to take small steps towards reclaiming our autonomy, our self-respect, and our sense of self. We may begin to recognize that we deserve so much better than to be treated like pawns in someone else's game of emotional manipulation. In this video, we've explored the challenges of dealing with a narcissist, the emotional turmoil that can arise, and the importance of recognizing the signs of unhealthy relationships. Remember, you deserve to be treated with love, respect, and kindness. Take the time to prioritize your own self-care, and don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. If you've experienced a similar journey, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below.